Hi there, welcome to day 3 of our 5-day Pilates movement experience. Today, our word is flexibility and can be approached twofold. Do we want to be physically flexible? Of course. I believe a good balance of overall body strength and flexibility is definitely important, which is why today we'll definitely be honing in on dynamic flexibility. But have you noticed that in the past couple of years, we have had to stretch ourselves in ways we have never even imagined? As we stretch and streamline the body today, ask yourself how you can be more flexible in the mind when crazy obstacles and changes come your way. So regardless of my sitting position, we are going to start standing. So stand on up and let's get it started. All right, so we're gonna begin by standing at the back of our mat. I want you to take a moment here. You're gonna root down into your feet, growing tall through the crown of the head. Think of the shoulders rolling back, chest is open, palms facing forward, pulling up on the low belly, and just finding your stance here for a moment, finding your presence. Take a breath in. As you start to exhale, let's nod the chin to the chest and just start to gently roll the spine down, keeping the knees soft here. So just being careful that you don't put too much stress on your low back or your hamstrings, just keeping the knees soft, relaxing the back of the neck. I'm trying to talk soft because my mouth is right on my mic. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, I want you to start to pull the belly deeper to roll your spine up. You're going to restack the vertebrae, rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest, palms forward, find your presence. Let's do that again. Take a breath in. Exhale again, we nod the chin to the chest, rolling that spine down. Take a moment here at the bottom and just breathe for a moment. With every exhale, imagine that low back getting a little extra stretch. Or maybe it is. The glutes getting a little extra stretch. Take a moment here. Take a breath in. Check in on the neck. Make sure the head feels heavy. The neck is long. Let's exhale to roll that spine back up using that low belly. Restacking. We roll the shoulders open. Palms face forward. Nice. From here, let's go a little further. Arms flow overhead. Big inhale. Feel the ribs lift up off the hips on purpose. Let the shoulders shrug into the ears. We're going to exhale. Press the arms down by our side. And follow it by nodding the chin to the chest. Rolling that spine down. Pull the abs up and back to support that low back. And then right here, I want you to walk it out to your all fours position. Yes, some of you might have thought that was going to be a plank, but not today. We're going to hold right here. Finding that all four position, I want you to think wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Take a moment right here. We're going to go into sternum drops, keeping the elbows long. We're going to draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, squeezing that spine. And then exhale, push the mat away. We're setting up that upper back for success. Yes, keeping the spine neutral here as we glide the shoulder blades together and then slide them apart. Taking 2 more here. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, press away and hold. Now for some of us, the wrist bearing might get a little challenging, Weight bearing on your wrist is actually good for building up bone density in the wrist. If it becomes too much at any time, you can roll up the front of your mat like so and place the heel of your hands on the edge of the mat, fingertips off the edge. Yes, that's a quick little fix for you. We're here moving on. You're going to take an exhale and we're going to round the spine like a cat, drawing that pelvis towards the rib cage, allowing the head to follow that line. And then as you inhale, find your neutral position with your pelvis and then just see if you can lift the heart, going into a traditional Pilates cat stretch. Try not to let the pelvis tip forward as if you would for a cow stretch. Just keep that low belly pulled up. And then we do that again. Taking that exhale, we round the spine. Getting some mobility in that back. And then inhale. We press pause on the pelvis and we lift the heart into extension of that thoracic spine. 2 more, just like that. Exhale, round. Keep pushing the mat away. Shoulder blades are wide. Shoulders themselves are down. And then inhale, we lift, extending that upper back. 1 more, just like that. Exhale, round that spine. And then inhale, lifting that heart, keeping that pelvis where it is. I almost lost it. Come back to neutral. Hold right here. So in this position, we're in a neutral spine. So I like to think of that as like natural curves of your back, yeah? So we're here. Imagine for a moment, you're pulling your hands towards your knees and your knees towards your hands. So you're creating this incredible connection to your transverse abdominis, so your powerhouse, yes, your corset muscles. I want you to tuck your toes under. Yes, spreading those toes wide. You're going to hold right here in this position. I want you to lift the knees, hover the knees, hold that position. Bracing that center. We hold, feel those abs work, pushing down out of those hands, and then lower the knees down. We have 1 more, just like that, yes? Again, we lift the knees, we hover, we hold that position. Now, what if we add on? If it becomes too much at any time, lower the knees to the mat. We're going to round the spine like we did before, going into that cat stretch, getting some movement in that back. Come back to neutral. Keep the pelvis where it is, just lift the heart. Come back to neutral. 1 more time. Exhale, round the spine. Legs are working. Push out of those hands. Come back to neutral. And then lift the heart. Come back to neutral. Lower the knees. Rest it back. Child's pose. I'm going to pull my hair out of my mouth and just rest it back for 1 moment. Relax your wrists. Do what you got to do here for a second. Let the head rest on the mat. Take a moment for yourself. Maybe this is a time that you think about ways in which you can be more flexible in your train of thought throughout the day. Sometimes people don't like change, right? I know sometimes I don't, but how can we be more flexible? All right, so we're going to change it up a little here now. Now, setting back up into all fours. You're going to take a moment here. We're going to work on that thoracic rotation, so upper back. You're going to take the hand that's closest to me, and I want you to open that arm to the sky. Reach. Don't be surprised if it's really challenging, yes? You're going to take that arm, thread it through, bending that back elbow, looking under that armpit. And let's do that again. So we open it up, and then we rotate, reaching under. 2 more. Rotate, open. And we look under the armpit. Last one, push that mat away as you spiral the torso. Bringing it back through. And then push yourself away from the mat and come back to all fours. Good, let's do the other side, yes? We're gonna take that arm open. Rotate and bring it through. Yes, and again, reach It's not as easy as you would think it would be. Yeah, so we're getting some movement, some mobility in the upper back, right? We spend so much time in a forward-facing world that we don't get enough rotation of that upper body, right? That upper back is so limited. Last time here, rotate, reach it through. And then take a moment, come back to all fours. Now hold right here. You're in that all fours position. I'm gonna move my hair again. You can punish me later for wearing my hair down. Hold. We're gonna tuck those toes under, pike the hips up, and find your up stretch, yes? Or down dog, however you know it as. Think of really lengthening through the tailbone. Yes, take a moment, find your position, and just start to pedal out the heels. One, and then the other. Feeling a nice stretch through your Achilles, your calves, pushing the mat away. Shoulders are still in their sockets. Now, lift the heels, press them down. See if you can close the bottom rib cage. I'm telling myself this as well. Shoulders in, hold. Right here, we're gonna lift the heels. We're gonna mobilize the spine. You're gonna curl that pelvis under. Start to roll through the spine and find your plank position. Adjust accordingly. Hold right there. I'm gonna start from my head and reverse that movement. Nodding the chin towards my chest. I round through my upper back, my mid back, my lower back, lengthening through my tailbone, pressing my heels to the floor. And we reverse it. Lift the heels. Curl, rolling through that spine. Finding your plank position. This time, can you lift your heart? Give yourself a little extension. Now, if this is too much, lower the knees down. Yes, this can be your plank. Totally fine, yeah? From that position, we nod the chin. We roll back through, finding that up stretch. Heels press down. One more time, we lift the heels. We roll through that spine. Lifting the heart at the end, finding a little extension. Now find your neutral. Hold it. I challenge you. Can you bend your elbows and lower your body all the way down to your belly? You didn't. All right. Take a moment right here, getting into some back body work here. You're going to take your hands right next to the shoulders. Forearms are glued to the floor. Squeeze the legs together as comfortably as you feel. We're going to go into some extension. Press the pubic bone into the mat. Create length in the low back. Now right here, shoulders are going to roll back. As you inhale, I want you simply to lift the heart away from the mat. Lift the gaze forward, neck in line with the spine. Hold. As you exhale, lower back down. It's just a mini swan or swan prep. Again, you inhale, you lift the heart. Now imagine you're pulling yourself to the front of the mat. So pressing your hands down, pulling yourself forward, and then lower down. Let's get this a little bit more range of motion. Yes, we're gonna lift the heart, taking your inhale. Can you continue to lift? Press into your hands, hover your elbows just 1 inch off the floor. Hover. Your triceps should be burning. Hold it. Lower the elbows, lower the body. Oh my goodness. Let's do that again. Shoulders are back. Pressing those elbows close to the body. I lift my heart. I hover the elbows just off the mat. Holding it there, feeling the backs of my arms shaking, stabilizing, low belly's pulling up. And then I lower my elbows and I lower my body. Woo! Make this your extension, yes? All I want you to be mindful of is that your shoulders are down, yes? Low belly's pulled up. We lift. We hover the elbows. Can we hold? Hold it here. Maybe we go a little higher. Can you go into some extension of the elbow? Maybe you extend just halfway up. Hold. Lower the elbows. Lower the body. Whew. We got this. Again, we lift up. Hover the elbows. Hold. I want you to feel those triceps. Hold it there with me. Pull the belly up. Hold it. Push out of the hands, lifting that heart. Good. Lower back down.
Now, you can stay here or you have the option to add the legs with me. We're gonna do a little swan rocking prep. You're here. We're gonna start by pressing into the hands. We're gonna bypass that elbow hold and we're just gonna lift up, or the elbow hover. Hold it there. Now from here, we're gonna engage the lower body a little bit more. We're gonna think of lifting our feet away, lifting the legs away to lower the body down. And then we reverse that, lifting the upper body, and the legs have to lower in response the higher the body gets. And we reverse it, starting from the legs and bringing that upper body to the mat. Last one, getting that extension work. You can never have too much unless you have a spinal condition. In that case, you don't want to do it. Hold it. We lift the legs, lower the body, and relax. Woo, good. Let me clarify, certain spinal conditions. We're gonna push back, connect those abs. I wanna press it back into a nice child's pose, rounding the spine, or just going somewhere that feels really nice for your own body, yes? Relaxing there. We're gonna come forward, have a seat on your booty, yeah? And then I'm gonna have you go ahead and just lower yourself down onto the mat. Hug both knees into your chest for a moment. And then from here, we're gonna send one leg down onto the mat. I want you to be mindful as you hug this knee in, really press that bottom leg down into the mat so you feel that stretch on the front of the hip. Let's take a moment. We're gonna take the opposite hand to the top knee. And we're gonna open up that same side arm. And we're gonna pull that knee across the midline and look over the opposite shoulder. I want you to hold right here. Now everyone's gonna be different. I can't get my knee on the floor without lifting my shoulder off the mat. So let's see if we can keep the upper body where it is. Make this again more about that thoracic rotation. Hold it. And then come back to center. Hug that knee in. And then we're gonna send that leg up to the ceiling. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable, if you feel limited, bend your bottom knee, bring your foot flat, totally fine, yes? We're gonna hold right here. I want you to bend the knee, flex the foot. Think of that knee coming right down into your armpit today. And then from there, we're gonna point the toe, straighten the leg. Now, everyone's different here. You can grab your thigh, you can grab your calf. If you're super flexible, grab that foot, yes? And again, we bend, and then exhale to straighten. Last one, we bend, and we straighten. And then I want to challenge you to keep that leg long and lower it all the way down. You're going to feel this nice long stretch here. Let's hug that opposite knee in. Give it a nice little hug. And then from here, we're going to grab that knee, open up that arm, pull it across the midline. I'm going to look over the opposite shoulder here, anchoring my opposite shoulder blade back, feeling that nice stretch through the back. Breathing here a moment. Good. Hugging that knee back into the chest. Getting a little hamstring stretch here. Remember, option to bend the bottom knee, bring the foot flat on the mat. We're gonna extend the top leg. I'm gonna pick the cat hair off my legging. We're gonna flex the foot, bend the knee. Point the foot, exhale, straighten. 2 more. Think every time you straighten, see if you can gain maybe in half an inch. And if you don't gain a half an inch, just imagine you did, right? Eventually, with consistency, it will come. Hold it there. We're gonna take that leg and lower it all the way down. Take both arms overhead and just feel this nice stretch and streamlined body. Take a moment, hug your knees into your chest. And then let's just circle the knees in the space. I call this stirring the pot. Other people call this egg beaters. whatever, whatever works, yes? Take a moment, just hug those knees in, and then rock yourself up onto your bottom or roll to your side and help yourself up. Do what feels good for your own body. We're gonna sit crisscross, right here. Take the arms out to the side. Big side bend, taking the hand to the floor. Let's try to anchor the opposite hip down. Laterally stretching the body, we come back up. Other side, up and over. We come back to center and we're gonna walk it forward, giving yourself a little stretch through that low back. And then rolling yourself up. And then take a moment, we're gonna uncross and cross the other direction. It's gonna feel so weird. Chances are you went to the side that feels most comfortable to you, right? Let's take it the opposite direction, up and over first to the side that was abnormal for you. Come back up, other side, up and over. Come back up, walk the hands forward, round the spine. And then roll yourself up to a seated upright position. There you have it. We worked on that flexibility today and some mobility. I hope you met yourself where you were today. Don't be too hard on yourself, right? This is just all for the experience. Tomorrow, upper body. You have to come back to find out what our word is. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you liked this video. Give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget, subscribe and you'll be notified when the next video drops. And in the meantime, come join me on Instagram. I hope to see you soon.